Hello again, everyone, and welcome to our final softball version, Orange Power podcast of the season. Casey Kendrick along with the head coach for the Cowgirl softball team, Coach Kenny G. And Coach, how are you?
I'm good. Tired.
I know you are, and we've got a lot of things that we just want to hit and go to and get some really good things happening, some releases that have come out this week that have been awesome. I want to go back, though. You know, I like the philosophy side of things, and I like talking to you because you are so transparent on these sorts of things. The season you guys had, the 5th consecutive trip to the Women's College World Series. But the bar within this office is higher than the bar is anywhere else. The expectation from you guys internally is greater than anybody else. You tell me, what kind of year would you say this was given where you started and where you finished? How would you identify the season?
Yeah, I think now that we've had, 8 to 10 days or so to kind of sit back and reflect, and I've already been recruiting. Our staff is already out. We were out this weekend, so we were all, I'm already back from our first trip there. I've had a lot of time to kind of sit back here and think about things, and I think it was a very successful year. I mean, I think I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I know where we started. I know how we finished. I know the conversations that were going on in here before the season had started 2 weeks beforehand, things that were of concern. And I'm just really proud of not only our players, but our staff and everybody involved. And I think the thing that I was just getting a nutrition shake, and I know I don't look very nutritious, but my buddy in there said, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you a great job," and I said, "Hey, I appreciate it." I said, "I feel better about it right now than I did 8-10 days ago." I said, "It just, when you get to the point that we get to, it always hurts more. Like I don't want to change it. I want to change it to win the final game, but I'd rather have that feeling in OKC than sitting at home watching that, making plans and wondering what if and all those things." So I'm very happy with our team. I'm very excited about what we've created in for next year, but I don't want to forget about Team 9 just too quick. I want to make sure that we really capture the moments and make sure that those go down in our memory bank for a long time, because it's a special group of coaches, special group of players and support staff that really made this thing happen.
Team 9, explain that.
Well, Team 9 is our 9th year here, so that in our group me there that we have for everybody in the program, it's Team 9. We'll get ready to start Team 10 here probably this week, maybe even here today. We'll start out with a new Team 10 thread, and that's always it's like, when do you start that? Like, I'm conflicted on when we start that. So it may be as early as here today or tomorrow, but we do need to start getting information out for those guys and moving forward. That's the hard part about coaching, though. When one journey ends, the next one has to start. Otherwise, you're wasting time. And so we've got to do our due diligence there. But it's hard to believe that June 13th will start my 10th year.
Truly amazing. It really is. And so let's talk about the year. When you look, what I liked in the national narrative, at least from the commentating standpoint that I heard, everybody said, listen, there was a lot of people didn't think this team could do this.
Yeah.
So many new people. So I love the fact that there was an element of overachieving. There's also an element of, listen, this is a Women's College World Series perennial team, 5 straight years. That's just what they do. Then there's the fans who are like, man, we didn't win. The level is just, it's amazing how you have raised the watermark and where everybody sits. But the national narrative, I thought, was very fair for you guys, that you accomplished what most did not think could happen this season.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right. And I think there was probably a little bit of even doubt around here at times, you know what I mean? Because you just don't know. And we don't worry about what other people think. What we create here internally, like you said, within ourselves, that's what we go off of. So we hear some stuff, but not, I'm not like our kids. I'm not reading all that stuff.
Yeah.
I get a lot of emails. Some are really good and some are not so good. And I read all those because I want to keep perspective and all that kind of stuff. But hey, we really don't care what's being said. We are here for the 22 to 24 kids that are in here to make that year the best year of their entire life. And I think we succeeded in that in many ways.
You can tell me about this program a lot, and I know you well enough to know your convictions and how sincere you are. When somebody else is out there, they may go, yeah, he's a head coach, he's got to say those things. He's got to talk about how much he loves this or that. When you sit and you watch Jillian and you see Caroline and you see these kids talk about, I don't know if I thought the love of the game was over. And then I got this year, and I thought I was ready to hang the cleats up. And this year made me go, no, I don't want to hang these up. Their post-conference comments sell this program almost as well as anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's making me cry now, to be honest. I wish you wouldn't have brought that up, to be very clear, or to be very honest. But I think the press conference I did, my last one in OKC, was probably the hardest one I've ever done. Oh, man. I just think when you hear those kids talk, it takes guts, like, to really be open and vulnerable. And that's kind of what we've always wanted them to be. And then when they're up there and they're getting asked these really tough things in a tough moment, as they're trying to comprehend that it's over, and then just to hear the confidence and the strength, it's wild. I left that press conference, and it's probably as emotional as I've ever been. And so what they do in that is they bring us all in there and they ask the student athletes questions first. They go through all that. They let them leave, and they're outside just talking. I mean, we have a huge crowd, and they sign autographs, they take pictures, and then I go through mine. And so when I was done and walking out of there, it was rough. It's as rough as I've felt. And I think it's because of what Jill and Caroline said, and then having to kind of look at them and, man, it's tough. So it's really neat. It's why I coach. It's why I go in recruiting this last week when you don't really want to go, when you just want to go home, makes it a lot easier.
It truly did, though. It gave all of your comments to me, it gave them absolute validity. And again, I never questioned that. I know you, but when I hear those comments, it's got to make you proud.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about what you want here, those two individuals alone, and we could go through a bunch of them, but those two absolutely embody everything you've ever said.
I'm not going to apologize for being honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat. That's not what these kids signed up for. That's not what I promised them. That's not what they deserve. They deserve the truth, always. They deserve people that are there when it's hard, when it's easy. And this entire staff, they feel the same way as me. They just don't get to tell their story like I do. So I know how everybody in here feels. I know why we do what we do. I know that when people take my comments completely out of context, I'm okay. I'm totally okay. And the one thing I will do is I will fight till the day I die for these people that give us everything that they have. And I will never apologize for any of that. And It's why you coach. It's what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be on TV or to do interviews or even to be your friend, even though I'm glad our paths have crossed. It's not what I did it for. I did it originally because it's what makes me happy. And so it's really cool that we've been able to do this like this. But I don't want to ever lose sight of the why, and that's the why.
Team 9, thank you for an incredible year. It was an incredible year no matter how you stack this thing up. Team 10, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Turning the page is just such an incredibly difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
But you're on a wave of momentum.
Yeah.
And as you said, you can either sit here and bask and stay here in this moment, or take what those young ladies did, those that are done, and the foundation they continue to build, and go get new parts. And this last week, you went and got some new parts, some big time new parts.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, they haven't done anything here yet, so that's going to be their next challenge. But we have added some new parts, and I'm not quite sure if I can say their names or not, so I'm going to not say their names, but you can find those names out. I think I can, but I don't want to do anything wrong. So, but it's pretty easy to see. We've up to this point, we've grabbed the number 1 pitcher and number 1 catcher in the portal to everyone's rankings. I don't think there's a doubt in any of that. So that's been a huge get for us, for our team. They're good people. They're competitive. They put up big numbers. They will walk in here and not peek around the door. They'll bust it down. And we'll help them like we've helped all these other kids. The beautiful thing about them is these are kids that have multiple years left. They don't just have one, so we get them for at least 2. We're in the portal, very hot and heavy now. We're doing multiple visits right now. There's a couple more pieces that we like to get greedy and add. We have a tremendous team back. So we will only add parts that can challenge and create competition for who we have, because that's the only way I know that people get better is when you add competition. We've added a new coach that will bring something to us that we've never had. So that will be a great fit for us. There's just a lot of really fun things. And in the same sense, I don't want to lose sight of the people who have been here and been doing a great job for us for a long time. So it's just, it's continual building, but doing it the right way.
Building upon, again, a great year. It was, Coach, congratulations on this season, doing something that only one of the program has done in the last 5 years. So Team 9 was a great success. Congratulations on that. Enjoy that. I know you will.
Yeah.
You got to get to Team 10, but I hope you guys enjoyed the process. And these kids, as you said, going to Broken Bow to me a long time ago, it's going to be the last times that you guys are together as a team. Yeah. That entire group will be there. May never be together again, so you have to enjoy this process, and it certainly has been successful to this point.
It's been a blast, and that's probably the hardest talk you give any team is that last talk, and that's one of the things I tell them in there is just look around here, because this. And I'm not able to say it like I said it in there, because in there I was really hurting, but and hurting for them, because as a adult, I know that will be the last time that complete team is together. It'll probably never happen again. Even if we have them back in 5 years, we won't get them all back. It just doesn't happen. They're just, people have moved on with families and jobs and life, and it's just virtually impossible to get them back. And I've been a part of reunions for national championship teams, many of them, and you never get everybody back.
Yeah.
I've got a baseball team that we lost one of our guys this year, and boy, it's tough. And so that's why these moments that we have, that's what I love about coaching, is having these moments in time that they will have forever.
Your intentionality in that is very good. You do a great job with that. You really do.
Thanks.
So it's a great year. It's been a lot of fun, Coach. It's been fun hanging out with you all year long. I got the tears in the last show. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, thanks. As always.
Have a great off season.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you in the fall.
Can't wait.
It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to wrap it up for us. For Kenny Gajewski, I'm Casey Kendrick. We'll see you guys next time on the Orange Power Podcast.